My summer in 2022 was pretty good. It originally took place it originally took place back in my grandma's house when she was out for a while. So my dad was like, "Hey, what do you want to stay over for 2022? I mean, do you want to stay over for the summer?" We saw it as an opportunity to understand to like to just chill with our dad for a little bit. So we did. 2022 was an interesting year for me because that was when I started to make music. Um, I'm trying to remember some stuff that I did there for 2022. Oh yeah. Um, when 2022 originally started, I would be outside a lot and chill. And whenever my dad was home, we ate out, probably got some stuff from Walmart, and just had fun. Whenever it was dark or so, whenever basically whenever it was dark, I like to just stay outside till like it was nighttime. And sometimes I would head into to my dad's little cabin house like thing. He used to sleep in back when we were at grandma's house, and I just chill in there for a little bit. There wasn't really much about the summer other than the fact that I sat outside a lot, made very bad music, um, slept upstairs in the attic, and just had a lot of fun. I met people at grandma's house who were very kind to me. Some who even gave me like candies and stuff like that. My friend group at the time was even better. I used to always get up, talk to my friends till like nighttime, and then I just made some music before I went to sleep. There are a couple moments that I remember that I still hold dear to this day. Like the time one of my friends had like told me a recommendation that I added to a song, or um the day helped a mother find two lost children, which was something pretty interesting. But the summer wasn't really that special. So when summer came to an end, it was memorable to me because mainly because of the fact that I used to sit outside a lot and I had a lot of fun. My mom had definitely joked around saying that I was a lot darker than I was when I left. But then we had to was it November? I mean, no, October. October wasn't that special. We went with our dad to trick or treat. We came back, nothing much. But when we did get back, we had like some sugar cookies from my mom who that she made. It was pretty fun. But November, that was really special. In November, we went to our grandma's house again and had a bit of a Thanksgiving. So it was fun. I won't say that like I won't glaze it saying that was like the best Thanksgiving ever, but it was a memorable one. I will say that. I found someone there who was I believe around who was believed like older than me, but we had like a lot of the similar interests, so it was pretty cool. But December, that was interesting. We stayed on we stayed at our dad's again, like, at grandma's for December, and despite the fact that basically all of us, except for my sister, had to sleep in the same room as our dad, which only had 1 bed, it was pretty fun. I remember waking up every day to it snowing and, like, making music, just having a lot of fun. That was also the day that I met people like Dime and Hex, which I'm not gonna be talking about bad memories because I'm talking about my good memories for these years. In the 2023, 2023 was kind of similar, but the difference was that my dad actually had his own house. So when we went to the summer, we were at our own house, and as usual, whenever my dad wasn't there, we all had our own. We all slept and stuff like that. I mean, we all just stayed very late whenever our dad wasn't home. But it's kind of making me a little bit teary thinking about this stuff because I had a lot of fun back then. Whenever my dad wasn't home, I would be either downstairs, no, mostly upstairs. Yeah. Whenever my dad was at home, I would either be downstairs when it was daytime, either front or back. Usually, I liked to be up front, but when it was too rainy or too like the weather wasn't the best, I would be in the back. But I was told to stay in the back more because of how dangerous that area was. But I really didn't care. I liked it to sit up front and just make songs, use the phone that was like a more updated phone I had back then, and just basically sit outside again. And whenever I got bored of being outside or it got too late, I would sit back inside and just play on my phone for a little bit until my dad came home. I remember clips of me. I remember like recording little videos of me like playing with my friends or chatting with my friends when I was in my room. That was also the time where I met Justin, and that stuff happened. Again, I don't. I'm not talking about. I'm not here to talk about bad stuff. So yeah, I think. I think that. I think during that day was when. I mean, during that summer, was when. I was introduced to like the best version of Bud, whatever it was called. And if you don't know what Bud is, it's basically like a Roblox like game. Nothing special. Anyways, other than that, I just had a lot of fun. Like I had fun talking to friends, making friends, having my own room at the time. I actually had my own room and just a bunch of fun stuff. Now, I don't really remember how October or November ended up, but I'll say one thing right now. I mean, well, in November it was mediocre. I did have pretty good thing to eat though. But December, that was something different. In December, my dad was back at in December, my dad was back at grandma's house because he gave his house to my mom, where he had to go back for a little bit so he can like earn up money for a new house. And while we were there, we had a lot of fun too. Um, I don't remember where. Oh, well, yeah. Whenever we went to sleep, I had to sleep on. Me and my brother had to sleep on a couch because our old room at the time was taken over by someone else. But basically, December was a little bit like 2022, but with snow, and that me and my sister actually had a more better conversation, like a better connection. We weren't arguing all the time. Whenever we argued, it was mainly over the fact that we both got killed in the hood while she was playing on a PS4 or whatever it was. I remember those days, like waking up, eating some food that my dad had, like very specific food that my dad had bought and that we just made every now and then. I think during that time I was also introduced to music, to like special music, like Dancing in the Moonlight, and also just a bunch of other stuff as well. But then we get to 2024. I already told you a lot about 2024. Um. Oh wait, I actually do remember October. 2023 of October. Um, we trick or treated and we actually had a lot of fun. I believe at the time it was starting to snow, so on the first day after on the first day after October, like Thanksgiving, I was downstairs just eating the snacks, eating the candy that I had gotten from trick or treating, and at the time I was actually kind of new to this thing called Timu, so I was trying to get some stuff off of Timu while just vibing downstairs. I actually remember like the scenery of my room. My window was open. It was like snowy outside, and I was vibing. I was like listening to some music that I remembered that I listened to back in 2022. Or I believe 2021. I think it was 2021 when I listened to this music. But forget about that. I had a lot of fun when it came to Thanksgiving. I mean trick or treating, Halloween, because it was snowy. I had a lot of fun. Let's forget about that. Now we gotta go to 2024. Summer of 2024. That was something. The summer of 2024 wasn't the best, as it mainly had more arguments between my sister and I. But I made new friends like Raph or Squiddy and learned modeling. So, yeah. Throughout 2024, I used to sit outside a lot. I had to share a room with my brother, so that wasn't the best experience. But usually I was outside, so it didn't really matter. Uh, mm, During that year, there was a heat wave, so that was fun. Like the past month or like a week or so, it was like reaching like almost 100 degrees in the blazing sun. So I had to do stuff like sit in the middle of my kitchen with this small fan, this small janky little fan, while trying to play on the VR. Almost to the point where I had to like take off my shirt just to play the games because it was so hot. But I had a lot of fun. And then October, we actually were given the option to stay at my dad's house after what was it, the summer, to see if our grades would change any better. So then October, was it November, October? Yeah, October. We went trick or treating with our dad. I think no. We went trick or treating with our mom, and we had a lot of fun. At the time, I made this song called "Last Halloween" to describe how it feels to grow old and have to cut on Halloween, because that I was already skeptical about the fact that we had to go to Halloween. So I mean that we had to go trick or treating, because I was 18. Yeah, I was 18, bro. So then when we went trick or treating, one person stated in particular that I sounded old to be trick or treating, which that kind of messed with my emotions. But it didn't like damage me that bad. But I will say though, I felt like trick or treating wasn't my thing after that. So when I got back home, I listened to the music I was listening to, watched some YouTube while eating the little candy that I got from trick or treating, and just had fun. I think I still have a picture from when of before I started going to the houses. November was mediocre at best. Again, we really didn't do much, and we couldn't even stay that long because my dad was so paranoid about the fact that grandma didn't want him there. So we couldn't leave. I mean, we couldn't stay there, and missed out on the opportunity to eat some mac and cheese. So that was a big downside. But then December, we didn't even go to my grandma's this December. I mean that December. Our sisters came, which was fun, but we never went to our grandma's. So I was upset about that. But the thing that made my day better was that on that day I opened up the um the stuff that I had gotten from my school previously, because my dad had got a bunch of garbage. Well, I mean it wasn't garbage, but it was like he got a bunch of stuff that I don't like, like just shoes. While I went to that place and got like, I went to my school for a little holiday and got like the Lax Max you saw, or the Kawasaki keyboard that you saw, and this flaming ball of fire that I have hanging up in my room. After that, I made music to to celebrate the end of 2024, and but then bad stuff happened on 20, like literally before 2025, and now we're here. I'm making a model, talking to some friends, and looking forward to my graduation. So, yeah, it makes me kind of sad, to be honest, because all 3 of those years, I mean, all 2022, 2023, 2024, and eventually 2025, I changed a lot. over those years. I went from always happy in 2022 to someone who just wants the future to be put on pause and just having it go back in time. But that won't happen. And it's fine. But I just wish things could slow down and not be as fast paced as life it always is. But you know what? I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to when I graduate and celebrate this year and celebrate this summer. I'm looking forward for what my life will have in store. And even if it's not the best, I just have to keep pushing. And what I've learned throughout my entire time in all of these years, life isn't always what you expect, but you just got to make the best of what you got, which all three of those years showed exactly that. 2022 had bad moments, and I had a little bit of hardships, especially with people like Paul and other people. 2023 was kind of hard because I also had hardships with other people as well, like having to deal with Hex and her denial. And 2024, I wasn't even expecting 2024 to be good at all. But in the end, it turned out to be perfect. So, even if 2025 isn't the best, I will say right now, I'm looking forward. Even if 2025 won't be anything that I expect, I just gotta keep my head up because who knows? 2025 might not have my best ideas. I mean, like 2025 might not have my best experience when it comes to that year, but after seeing what happened in 2024, I'm willing to take everything I have and hold it because 2024 was something that I took for granted, and I honestly regret it. I regret looking. I regret. I regret taking all of my memories for granted. I regret that I didn't had more fun or did more exploring in 2022. I regret that I didn't try to push my boundaries and try to make more friends in 2023. And I regret that I didn't see the right, I mean, the light in 2024. But 2025 will be the day that I change. 2025 will be the day that I finally open my eyes and realize that life isn't all about sorrow and just good memories this, bad memories future. Not good memories past, bad memories future, stuff like that. I want this year to be different. And even as I grow older, I will keep having a smile because nothing in life has to be dealt with sorrow. Even throughout all the times where I was sad or felt like life wasn't good enough, I realized like a couple days after, I had the exact opposite. I was all happy and never once thought about all the bad moments in my life. So I really took everything for granted. And I wish I can take it all back. But you know what? Ouch, my eyes. But you know what? I don't care. I'm not saying like like negatively. Like I don't care about the fact that I didn't get the chance to embrace what I had back then. I'm happy that I got the chance to embrace it, even if I didn't realize it. I'm happy that I got the chance to learn. I'm happy that I got the chance to experience. But more importantly, I'm happy that I got the chance to be happy. I never once had to think negatively about my life or that, oh, Hex hates me or that, like, oh no, Hex made me look like a bad person. To be honest, I should have never thought of that to begin with because all I did for myself was just make myself more upset because all I ever did was just think about like bad things. And I never really thought positive about anything good in the world. So thinking about it now, I really I really did let myself go. I I did all this venting, all this complaining about my life, and all of this arguing about the fact that I never had any better when it was all in front of me from that goofy little birthday party I had with my goofy little haircut to like the day I visited like the couple times I visited my mom's friends' houses during 2020 or 2021. Not one of those days that I thought would be as memorable as I thought would be today. I never once looked back at those memories or looked looked at it in the present and thought that this was like the best thing I've ever had. You know, before I stop talking, I'm just gonna say one thing before you just get back to working on this goofy little guy over here. Even if your life isn't perfect, don't let it change who you are. I know what I'm saying sounds like nonsense, but think about it. Not everybody gets like the best moments in their lives. Neither did I get anything better. My life was no better. But honestly, I've had good moments everywhere. I just never took the time to embrace it. So whenever you get older and I'm not around as a friend anymore, just understand that there's always good moments waiting for you, even when those moments aren't now. Anyways, that's enough me ranting about my experience with the summers, like my summer experiences, which then became a rant about like my life, and then literally talking about the fact that life has more for granted than you thought it would did. Oh yeah, that's all. Eventually, I'll learn myself. Eventually, I'll learn myself that everything here was all for nothing, and I should just focus on being happy. Don't think about anything else people say. Just focus on yourself. And if anybody who I know, whatever it is, like if anybody who I know, um, happens to come across this video or something like that, even though it wasn't planned to be a video at first, I was just talking about my life. I don't hate you. Honestly, I don't even see a point of hating anybody anymore. It's all just the same stuff over and over again. So yeah. Anyways, that's all. Have a good day.